Maryam Abacha, widow of former Nigerian military head of state, General Sani Abacha, has defended her late husband against long-standing allegations of looting public funds. 27 years after his death, Maryam spoke on live television, claiming that the monies her husband kept for Nigeria vanished within months of his death in 1998, implying mismanagement of subsequent administrations. She challenged those accusing her husband of stashing billions abroad to provide concrete evidence, such as signatures or bank records. She also dismissed the notion that her husband single-handedly amassed wealth, suggesting that the accusations are rooted in tribalism, religious bias, or other societal issues. Let's take a look.
Who is the witness of the monies that were being stashed? Did you see the signature or the evidence of any monies stashed abroad? And the monies that my husband kept for Nigeria, in a few months, the monies vanished. People are not talking about that. Why are you blaming somebody for is that tribalism or religious program, or what is the problem with Nigerians? I pray for Nigerians. I pray for all of us. I pray that we should have goodness in our hearts. We should stop telling lies and blaming people. Why are we so bad towards each other? Because somebody is a northerner or a southerner, somebody is a Muslim or a Christian, or somebody is nice, or it's not fair. I think the press should try, the press should try to educate the people. You are here to educate the people, to inform the people, and to entertain. You are here to help the country. You are not here to bastardize people.
Indeed. All right. I'd like to just read out some of the what they call Abacha loot that has been recovered. We know that the federal government has, in the past, announced the recovery of multiple tranches of funds reportedly stashed by Abacha in foreign accounts. Like I said, known as the Abacha loot. As of 2020, over $3.624 billion had been recovered across 4 different administrations. In May 2022 alone, the United Kingdom recovered $23 million linked to Abacha and his associates. 3 months later, the United States returned another $20 million. And in 2023, France returned $150 million to Nigeria, all traced back to the Abacha loot. Dr. Abati, over to you.
Okay, Mrs. Abacha, as the wife of General Sani Abacha, may not have been privy to the details of what her husband and his associates were doing. But what we know is that the legacy of General Sani Abacha is a legacy of dictatorship, authoritarianism, brutality, theft, to the disadvantage of Nigerians. There may well be some persons who say, we remember General Abacha fondly, maybe in Bayelsa State. It was under his watch, for example, that Bayelsa State was secreted. But in terms of governance, I have made the point that the Abacha administration is regarded as the major reason why Nigerians in fact rebelled against the military and said, never again should we have, military rule in Nigeria, because President General Abacha presided over that period that Father George Husani has referred to in a book of the same title as the years of the locusts, the years out of Nigeria's history that the locusts ate. And even children, even unborn children, have that experience of the dictatorship under Abacha. As for the loot, yes, you are correct. Abacha loot. The ancestor that continues to give.
That's what we call it.
In fact, what has been given from Abacha loot,
yes, from
the US alone, is over $340 million. The entire loot is calculated to be within the range of $1 billion to $5 billion. And we have had the repatriation of the loot, civil assets forfeiture, from the island of New Jersey, from the United States, from France, from the UK, and also from Switzerland. And Nigeria has not even been able to get out of it.
Yeah.
Mrs. Abacha may have a point by saying that, Nigeria has not accounted for what they even got. Okay, she's raising the point about transparency and accountability.
Yeah.
I think she may have a point there, because the experience in Nigeria has been that even when loot is recovered, you don't know whether that loot will be relooted. So if she's asking for accountability with regard to how her husband's loot was managed, maybe she has a point there. But to try to rewrite history and paint General Abacha in brighter colors, no. In fact, his associate, his number one associate, his boss, General Ibrahim Babangida, has fingered him as a person, in fact, who led the annulment, the conspiracy to annul the freest and fairest election ever conducted in this country on June 12, 1993. When the celebration of that special date in Nigeria history is marked in 2 days' time, there will be further accounting in terms of the role played by, General Abacha and his associated generals in Nigeria history. A sad moment in Nigeria history. So she is talking now. How does she want the Abiola family to feel?
Right.
How does she want, those people who are to run away from Nigeria? Because General Abacha had unleashed jackboots against them. What does she want the media to say? Newspaper houses that were shut down. At that time, I think I was out of job for a whole year, because the Guardian was also shut down.
Shut down,
so it's not as if we were making it up. We were part of the story at that time, and we were all in this country together. Yeah. But I respect the fact that as the widow of General Abacha, she has a duty to be loyal to the memory of her husband. To be loyal to the memory of her husband. Let nobody, rewrite history. Yes. We were all part of it.
Yes. I mean, I believe that her comment has raised the question as to what is it that this administration will do with these loots that have been recovered. I've reeled out some of them. Or what has been done so far with the loot, the Abacha loot that has been returned to Nigeria. I believe this is the sort of questions that we're going to continue to ask to the lead of the Democracy Day in a few days from now. Would love to know what the government has done with the Abacha loot.